I think before I talk, I want to do a little exercise. So look at this one. I think design is, or 我認為設計是. Just think about these questions and then talk to the people next to you. Tell he or she what you think about design is. Think and talk. Come on. You just finished lunch? No? You don't know the answer? Okay, so I give you some hints. So this is something I've been doing in the past 3-4 years that I'm really interested to find out what people, you guys, think about design. I was trained as a designer, and I really want to know what you think about this. So I've been traveling around to interview people, asking them.
Can I just go?
Yeah.
Okay. I think design is a very powerful and ancient human process which is usually used.
Design is involved in every part of our lives.
I think design is about changing the world.
Design is about clothes.
I think design is style.
我認為設計係幫人解決問題。
我認為設計可以幫到人嘅生活，改善佢哋嘅生活。
我覺得設計係會令到生活更加美好，令到使用設計嘅人係更加開心嘅事嘅。
我覺得設計其實係
So I want to thank you, William, to help me to make this video. And this is not about an answer. This is about provoking thinking, what design is. So this is me 30-something years ago. People always say that all my family think I'm really, really naughty because I always running around asking why. I want to know why people dress like that, why people eat that horrible thing. So many why, and people thought, oh my God, she's so problem, so much questions, too much questions. Then I think there's this curiosity. I think I share with a lot of my friends in design. This is the character that drive me to design. So the question back to you and for all of us is, what is design? So very simple definitions I'm trying to give you. This is my viewpoint of what design can be. So the easy one, design can be a noun, something, stuff. So this is where I work at London Royal College of Arts. Did my MA there, and then now working and researching in design. So we design stuff, like this is one of the very famous product last year won one of the best design awards, which is a folding plug. Something that everyone's like, damn, why I haven't thought about that before. But this is something so interesting that because this Korean student spent the whole year just designing this plug and every folding part working really well. So it's much better than transformer, just like that. So then furniture, technologies that replacing makeup, fashion, car, something can fly, interior space, architectural model theories, poster, illustration. So I was trained as an interior designer in Hong Kong and went to London to study architecture. So this is my stuff. So you can see I've been doing like cinema, architecture, building. But then for me, that's not enough. I just don't want to design stuff. So for me, design can be adjectives. So what that mean? I think most of you will laugh here because you must be like me, obsessed about Angry Bird. Angry Bird just been shortlisted as one of the best design this year as an interactive design piece, a game design. But then, of course, designer think about this because he possibly loved to play game, but unexpectedly, he's actually created a community. People talk about it, become like something, a conversation piece that people talk on Facebook. They want to know about how to play the level 15 to actually get to the final point. Of course, someone like iPad, that you will love it, and then it's actually changing the culture of reading, changing how people communicate, but also create a culture of how people get crazy about one product. So it's actually changing our lifestyle, just go to queue up for our iPad. But then in London especially, there's a lot of conversation about how design can become changing organizations and societies. So these are really good examples that is called Southwark Circle in London. It's a service, it's ideas, it's an online platform to get people together. So you can register as a members, so someone who need help, some older lady, some people need to go to a supermarket with some help. And then you can register as a helper. So if you have 2 hours spare time, you can go to help someone. Or you can buy the time and give it to your friends so they can enjoy the services. So this is a community services platform, which is maybe a lot of people think, a lot of general public never study about design. They think this is not design, but this is designed by a whole bunch of designers from different disciplines and working together and making change in society. So myself, I'm working at the Royal College, but also I'm running a design gallery in my own community, which is, we've been doing a lot of community projects through design, through art and engagement. So you can see that we've been doing a project about older people, so we call that project called Golden Oldies, which is the people that we've been living in the estate for over 50 years, their original residents, also my neighbors, that we've been spending a lot of time together, have a cup of tea. So we've been using design thinking to actually make change in local community and how to use tea party, how to use baby forum, exhibitions to make people aware of this housing estate, which is one of the best in London, have been won a lot of design award, but a lot of people live there, don't know all this design language. So we've been doing a lot of exhibition about the estate and drawing a lot of people coming to see what is our estate about. But we also promote social design, which is something have been talked a lot in the developed country, that talking about how designer can make change. So you can see the stool, which is colorful stool, designed by Martino Gampa, which is a very famous product designer. But actually the stool is actually designed for Arnold Circuit Foundation in London, which is a foundation to help young people to play in the park. So this is a stool that for them to play and sit on it. But I still don't actually satisfy what design can be, so I keep going. So design can be a word. So I think Hong Kong, maybe a lot of young people will have seen these chairs in design shop. This is one of the Charles Yim famous chairs. And a lot of people think about design is designing chairs. But then actually Charles Yim and Ray Yim have a very famous quotation, actually say, design is a course of action. So it's going, do things, make change. So this is where I come from. This is where I've been doing in the past 10 years, something called inclusive design, which is, we think everyone is different. So I am Chinese, I am from Hong Kong, and I got big eyes, someone is taller than me. So everyone is different, just it's a matter of respect. So we need to design with diversity. So I run a lot of education program in the RCA, at the RCA, and one of the things I've been doing is called the Methods Lab. It's a design workshop that I've been developed in the past 5 years that bringing different people together. So it's about get my student to understand disability, but also important to understand each other, to work together, understanding different disciplines. Learning how to play into, like how to work into a team. The team building is really important. But I think what is really important, I'm trying to get my students to think about is the world is changing. And I think this needs to be also for you guys to think about. So what is 47 to 76? Our average lifespan in 1910, 100 years ago, is 47 years old. So maybe your father, your mother, or some of your auntie already not here 100 years ago. They already passed away. But now, 100 years later, the average lifespan is 76 years old. So you can imagine that we got more old people around us. In 1910, when people have spiral injury, they usually can't survive. Only 10% can survive. But now you see a lot of them actually being put on wheelchair. So that's why we have more and more people with disability around us.